tuned to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels on the airways. Keep sending honey like every single day. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels on the airways. Keep sending honey like every single day. RPX. Yeah, just the RPX where you can sit back and catch a vibe at. But your mind gotta be open like a surgeon with a scalpel. Mixed with the tips that can help with the mental, also the spiritual, and even the physical. The way she break it down, you don't need a visual. Always keep it fair and also critical. Everything is clear, ain't no need for subliminals. Growth is essential. The love is not rental. You might be perplexed, but it's so simple. If you wanna know how you can interact, just hit the IG or the Glock or where it at. So come get involved. It don't even cost. Just hit the DM if you need to talk. So all my good people out there, stay blessed and make sure you tune in to the RPX. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels on the airways. Keep sending honey like every single day. This ain't no shade, this ain't no flex. Just make sure you tune to the RPX. Stay dropping jewels on the airways. Keep sending honey like every single day. RPX.
Chill. I'm chilling all by myself right now. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. But listen, we are here for another episode on the X Radio here on Glockaware, where you can find us every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Go ahead and check us out on YouTube. Click the live link, search Glockaware, click the live link, and you can see what we're doing here. We're going to talk about how to raise your vibe today. And we're going to have Mama Yoga, also known as Samut, Mama Yoga Wellness on Instagram. We're going to zoom in with her shortly. But she has a lot of good things coming up, is a holistic healer, and going to raise our vibe. That's what everybody needs to do, man. You know, I was actually on my way out the door today, and my neighbors were like, yo, what's that music, you play? Because that shit's banging. It's banging. I listen to a lot of different stuff, but, it generally, it fits the mood. And if it doesn't fit the mood, I make it the mood. I adjust the mood with the music, if that makes sense. So a lot of times that's you'll see me with my headphones on and all that kind of business. But we are definitely in here. What I'm going to do is I know we just started, but I'm going to take a musical break, if that's cool, to get ourselves situated, get the Zoom set up, and we'll definitely be back with Mama Yoga Wellness. Check her out on Instagram. Spin a track. We'll be right back on the X Radio here on Glockaware.
I don't trust you, you gon' lie to me. Maybe I just need my privacy. Secluded myself to get peace of mind. But you DM me on the gram all the time. I just want you gone, boy, you irk me. You know you irk me, boy. You pester me. I don't care if you think less of me. We don't share chemistry. I don't think you and I think destiny. Too much drama and messiness. I see through your lies, you a fraud, it's evident. Talking about you loving me. Pause. Beep my discovery. Saw you at Max's on your yeah. Sharing a cheesesteak plus some drinks and some laughs. With a whole nother girl, I don't know who she was, but I know you took her to the telly that night and you bust that ass. But that ain't where you said you went. And I don't argue over petty shit. So don't have the energy. Cause you and I in the mix is a bad recipe. I don't trust you, you won't lie to me. Maybe I just need my privacy. Secluded myself to get peace of mind. DM me on my gram all the time. I just want boy, you irk me. You know you irk me, boy. Get to stepping ho. Go jump a bridge, scream Geronimo. your presence is impossible. Why can't I live my life? All I want is my space and you out my sight. Don't ever bother you. I care less about where you're at or what you do. I can't even go out on dates without you showing up, talking shit, throwing shade. They say you made a big mistake. Now you are just in the way. Stay out my DM late night, telling me you still wanna lay the pipe. I'm doing me, I love it, so don't you hate. I guess old girl wasn't that brand new upgrade. I don't trust you, you gon' lie to me. Baby, I just need my privacy. Secluded myself to get peace of mind. Like you DM me on the ground all the time. I just want you. Boy, you irk me. Yeah. You know you irk me, boy. You're so working. I'm so done with you. You stay off my gram every night. My Snapchat and Facebook too.
Shine bright like the starlight. Shine bright like the starlight. Shine bright like the starlight.
So cold.
It's going down in the moonlight. Come and get around in the moonlight. Let's hold hands in the moonlight. While we slow dance in the moonlight. Let's kiss in the moonlight. Tell me what you miss in the moonlight. Take action in the moonlight. Anything can happen when the mood's right. Hey bartender, let me order up a double. Round on me on 3 seconds. I'm drunk right now and my mind's so puzzled. I know we just met, but right now I like you. Don't question the vibes, they don't question the vibes, no. One thing about energy, it never lies, oh. The key to the soul is the lock of the ice, yeah. This is the chance that we can let fly, oh. Shine bright like the starlight. Shine bright like the starlight. Don't worry about nothing, baby. Shine bright like the starlight. Shine bright like the starlight. Everything is alright. Hey bartender, let me order up a double. Round on me on 3 seconds. I'm drunk right now and my mind's so puzzled. I know we just met, but right now I love you. It's going down in the moonlight. Come and get around in the moonlight. Let's hold hands in the moonlight. While we slow dance in the moonlight. Let's kiss in the moonlight. Tell me what you miss in the moonlight. Take action in the moonlight. Anything can happen when the moon's right. got me still. Ayy. But maybe if you lucky, then you might just catch a vibe. Catch a vibe. Trapping in that hoopty till I turn into a Porsche. Yeah. Never bet she come my way and I ain't got a force. Yeah. That's the one I see. I run it up, wrist locking with it. Uzi on me when I'm sick. They hating on you when you're hot and lit. Yeah. Trapping in that hoopty till I turn into a foreign. Yeah. Call me up to your whole way like I ain't got a choice. Ain't got a choice. Start humming on the pipe like she tryna lose her voice. Lose her voice. There you go, tryna suck me in. I'm a freak, I like busting it. That white ass pussy, I'm jumping in. Give me the box, I'm cutting it. Ayy, she thinking that she fuck me good. I'ma wanna
We're back on the X Radio here on Glockaware. Again, Thursday, 6 p.m. Check us out on YouTube. We are live right now. We're Zooming with Mama Yoga. What's up, Mama?
Hey, darling, how are you?
I'm great. A happy born day.
Yay!
Another solar return for my sister. Yo, what did you do today? Did you enjoy your day?
You know, I did enjoy my day, but I didn't do anything, over the top. I'm saving that for the weekend.
Oh, shoot. You got big plans?
Well, I got my kind of plans,
Are they
and
big,
that's
though?
hanging with my sisters and my family and
Nice.
eating out and, just being in a circle of love.
Yeah.
That's what I'm playing.
Absolutely. That's lovely. On your Instagram, I saw you have a big family.
Yeah.
You have a big family. So that's lovely. That's really lovely. Everything people like to celebrate in different ways. And that's definitely cool that you're going to be doing something that you will thoroughly enjoy.
Absolutely. I mean, we need to do that every day, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. We have to live in the moment. A lot of people look forward to those big events and overlook the small things that we enjoy on a daily basis.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because it's cumulative.
Yeah.
Joy is a cumulative dynamic.
Right.
Let's go.
Right. Absolutely. Today, I have you here to talk about raising your vibe. That's something that we have to work on. Again, it's actually moment to moment. I wouldn't even say it's day to day. It's moment to moment because the energies around us affect us in different ways. And sometimes, you're a little more sensitive than others, and you have to kind of manage that.
That's right. Absolutely. Your joy, your vibrational frequency is your responsibility.
Yeah.
And being made in the divine image, and not only the divine image, all the holy books say we're made in the likeness, and to a degree the sameness. And so if God is the creator of all, we are then, as God's children, the creator of our world. God creates the world, we create our worlds. And so the high vibrational frequency is each of our responsibility to manifest and maintain.
Right.
It ain't no easy feat with all this, dynamics and principles and principalities.
It's true. We get hit in the head with so many different things, whether it be just the things here in we have, first of all, we have the subconscious stuff that bothers us, right?
That's right.
And then we have the things out here in this world that get in our way, whether it's somebody else that can't control their anger or their feelings and emotions. So now they're pushing it out there, and those sensitive people really do take that on.
That's right. That's right. Especially, we have relationships on so many, levels. As the young folks say, it's levels to this ish.
Right. Right.
And you have your own, like you said, your own traumas, your own childhood upbringing, your own sense of insecurities and worthiness that you have to deal with, and your subconscious, even indeed karmic lifetime energies that you got to work out. So we really are in a time where we need some skills. We need skills to manage all of these dynamics that are coming at us, because it's a lot of different relationships.
Yeah. Absolutely. I always say people think of, when you say relationship, they think of a man-woman type intimate relationship. But every connection you have is a type of relationship. And like you
That's
said,
right.
managing all those, we're mega managers out here if you look at it that way. You go to a multi-million-dollar corporation, you have all these portfolios to manage. It's the same
That's
thing
right.
energetically. So
That's right.
you have to really kind of figure out a way. The coping skills are necessary. I wish they would teach these coping skills and awareness in schools.
Yeah, well, it's slowly changing. I remember when I brought mindfulness and yoga to Jersey back in the beginning of 2000.
Mhm.
That's 21 years now. I'm sorry, it was 2009 to the school district, So, it's 11, 12 years by now. Nobody was really teaching or even broaching the idea of sharing this with, the children in the school. And now it's starting to catch a little, momentum.
Yeah, holistic healing has kind of a different a viewpoint now, I think, as a whole culture.
Yeah.
It used to be
definitely.
that was the, we talked about this yesterday on a different show. That was kind of weird. People looked at them different, but now it's like, yeah, like that's the way.
Well, now, weird and different is in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the time. We're in the age of Aquarius. The clock changed 2012.
Yeah.
And so it really solidified, 2020. The energy solidified.
Mhm.
So here we are now in the age of Aquarius. That's why there's so much discussion around meditation and metaphysics and, quote unquote, witchy stuff and spells and incantations and the divine feminine,
Mhm.
because that's the time that we are in. But I want to, in my message, I'm always cautioning people or putting a caveat there that you have to make sure you are connected with people who are integrity based.
Yeah.
Because anybody can mix a cake.
That's right.
Right? Anybody can throw some, this, that, and the third in a bowl, mix it up, and boom, you got a spell, you got an incantation, what have you. But the real jewel is the integrity and the heart of the people who are doing the work. That is the real jewel, and you got to watch yourself out here now.
Yeah. I feel that way about just social settings as a whole, because a lot of people are not who they say they are.
Right.
And so that mix of energies and intention, there is, like you said, the ingredients aren't in the proper, they're not balanced.
Well, ingredients are indiscriminate, right?
Mhm.
So the clarity, let's, in terms of talking about raising your vibration,
Mhm.
the clarity is, it's not the sage, it's not the crystal wand, it's not the crystal stones that we carry in our bra, in our pants, or wherever.
Yes.
It's not the Palo Santo, it's the person.
Yeah.
Those are the tools of the intention.
Mhm.
So you infuse those tools with the work you want them to do, and they're indiscriminate. It's like a hammer. The hammer did not build the house. The knowledge and the energy of the carpenter build the house.
And you have the tools to do it.
We can use all of these different implements, and we should. But the reality of it is, the real work is a person's own vibrational auric energy and integrity. That's the real work, and that's the real magic right there.
Mhm. Mhm. I feel it. I feel it because, like you said, they're just tools. So if you're not properly using the tools, you're not in alignment. You're not going to get very far if you're not in alignment anyway.
That's right.
And you teach a chakralini yoga, which puts your chakras back into alignment, helps you build the tool set that you need to be able to do that. And then once you're in alignment, you're ready to receive.
That's right. You're ready to receive and transmit that magnetic energy that you're looking for to help inform and guide your life.
Yeah.
Right? The reality of it is that this vessel holds the spirit, and the spirit is an extension of universal flow, where anything you could possibly want for your life success manifests from. Right? So when you align up the instrument known as the human body, when you line it up and you balance out those chakras. Some chakras may be too open, some of them are closed, some of them, need to just a little nudge in the right direction. When you line up those chakras and you align your integrity as best you can and your good character and intention as best you can, then that auric energy goes out, and not only does it transmit, but it attracts to you the people, places, dynamic situations that you need to be a success in your life. They call that serendipity.
Yo, mama, listen, I have this excitement in right here, right? Which chakra is this, mama?
That is the solar plexus.
And what does that do for? Like, what is that responsible for? Like, there's the I know, I can, I am.
That's right.
Which one is this?
I am power.
I am power.
I am confident. That's solar plexus.
I just have this excitement right here.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you again, man, for coming on the show, because it's just such dope conversation. When you can have an intelligent conversation on a whole nother level, it's so, I don't know. I'm excited. Well, I don't even have the right word, but I'm excited.
I appreciate the invitation, and your platform and your energy, your vibration that you're seeking to nourish and then, feed the people that listen to you, because that we're all responsible for some level of nourishment,
right?
Is whether it's poison or whether it's, good for you. So what you are giving and offering, I'm all 100,000,000%. We sisters in arms as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
For
Thank
real,
you.
absolutely.
You have a book coming out. Could you tell us about that?
Do. Yeah, the book is, the working title is Mama Yoga's Guide to Balance and Healing Your Chakras. It's a reference guide. And within the book, I go and I give not only talking about the colors or the vibration of the chakra, but I suggest which crystals to use. I suggest the mantra, right? This is the thing that's missing in a lot of our vibrational frequency-oriented cultures. There are thousands and thousands of year-old mantras, that is words of power, that help to unlock and align a person's frequency. So we are in the Western society used to using mantras like, I ain't got no money. That's a vibration.
Or people say, I'm sick. When you're sick, you don't say, I'm sick, I'm healing.
That's right.
Because if you're sick, you've convinced yourself, I'm sick. So it's going to stick with you longer.
That energy to you. That's right. That's right. So the mantras that help to align your chakra energies were created by the Indus Kush, which are the Afroid Black people of ancient India. They were the cousins of the ancient Egyptians who traveled to Asia. You with me? And this is documented by so many scholars. It's not something I made up, because there's this big debate about Black people inventing yoga. No, we didn't. Yes, Black folk did. We have to give praise, honor, and respect to the Hindu community for keeping that tradition intact, that when those who created it return, we have to take our place. Those who created it have to take their place. You just do. You just got to move over. Let's all share, So that's the reality of it. But the Bija seeds, the Bija mantras, and the Solfeggio frequencies used in a proper way help vibrationally align the frequency of the chakras. And so within the book that I'm writing, the reference guide, there are, which mantras to use, what time, colors, crystals. There are 5 categories that I cover in the book to help line up each chakra.
Which, when do you drop the book?
So the book is in editing and is just about finished. So we're expecting our drop date is next Friday. Which is the 20th, and right in time of the equinox.
What nice. Where is it going to be available? It's an ebook?
So it'll be available as an ebook. It'll be, if you, your listeners can go actually to my Instagram, Mama Yoga Wellness, And in my bio, there's a link tree with all of the offerings that I'm offering to the community. Spiritual readings on your destiny and your life purpose. There are the Chakralini yoga classes. You can take one class or you can buy the whole series. This week we just started this series period. So we're on the sacral chakra, root chakra, sacral. And when the book drops, the link will be there as well as other sites you'll be able to see.
Okay. And is it how much is it?
So we don't have a price yet, but it will be customer and community friendly.
There you go. There you go. That's appropriate, because you want to part of being whole is to serve others to some extent, whether it's delivering knowledge or being helpful in some way. So that's only appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we have to, you can't listen. There's a lot of other stuff to do to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying that the teachings that I'm sharing don't have a economic value to them, because they do. This is my life's work. I don't work for a corporation. I work for, the Institute of the Divine, and do my best to try to bring, information and the knowledge that I've been studying on a personal note, as well as an academic note, to the community and to who God sends for me to share with. Really.
You also you have a variety of services. You also on your site list oracle readings.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is there something? How can people go ahead could you explain what that is briefly?
Right. So I've studied for 30 years, 27 years as an Osirian, an ancient Kemetic priestess. And within the context of that, became very skilled at divining or doing oracle readings for those who would seek answers in that way. And so there are two oracle systems that I use. One is the ancient I Ching oracle, which are coins, and the other is the Meduna Tear, which is a set of cards. So the oracle systems that I use are not about telling your fortune, but helping a person understand what is the alignment, the strongest alignment, given the question they are concerned about. What is their strongest alignment with divine source? So if a person comes and says, how's my relationship? Is my relationship going to last? The answer that will come up will be, well, how's this relationship serving your purpose and your connection to divine source? Not about how good he or she is or whatever. It's about what are you doing, what God needs you to do.
How does this fit in your life?
That's right. How does this fit in your life in the highest?
For your highest good.
That's right. For your highest good. And so people have come that don't have a specific question. Then we ask, what is your life's purpose? What were you born to do? What's the mission on the stamp when you came onto this planet we call Earth? And that is a reading that is most commonly done. And there's clarity given. And there's a whole curriculum around that. What color, what days are best for you? What colors are best for you? What types of, energetic vibrations serve your energetic vibration the best? Those are the oracle readings that I offer.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So this is what we're here to do. Talk about how to raise your vibe. So that's a perfect segue. Thank you. What are some ways that we can go about doing that? We talked about the oracle. We talked about aligning your chakras, yoga. How does yoga fit in? How does your Chakralini yoga fit into that?
Okay, so the Chakralini yoga, my curriculums are all, they all have the same foundation. The Chakralini yoga, let me back up and preface and say, when I learned yoga back in the early 90s, I learned yoga for the spiritual connectedness that the original yoga was supposed to be about, right? So yoga means to yoke. Means to connect and yoke together your physiology and your spirituality.
Okay.
That was the original purpose of yoga, right? To help you align those energies. Now, fast forward in the late 20th century, late 90s, early 21st century, we have yoga that is primarily exercise based, right? So the focus in the mainstream is about stretching and about, moving the breath for exercise purposes, which is all good. That's wonderful. Stretching that body is an excellent way to keep fit and healthy. But because people didn't want to offend folks' religious sensibilities, they took the spiritual aspect out of yoga and just made it about stretching.
There's religions that suggest against yoga because of that. They say, the positions and so on and so forth have spiritual connectivity. And so because, they want to shelter to their own purposes, they say no, like we don't suggest that.
Yeah, but I tell you, God is good because, especially the Divine Mother, because that's changing. Because there is such a flood of this knowledge, right? The time is past for all the cloak and the keeping the spiritual, metaphysical energy down in favor of pillage and plunder and lulling the masses to sleep. That time is finished. So now it's just a flood. Everybody and their mama doing yoga.
There's people
in the basement of some churches. Come on here, don't play
yoga,
with me.
crystals. Everybody's in it, and again, it goes back to do you know how to use it, and what's your intention? Because there's people out here. Yeah, you might see that they want to be going in that direction, but maybe they're not quite on the level you are, or maybe they don't have the knowledge you do. And not to discriminate, but again, for you to elevate, you need to make sure you use your energy around other people in a proper context, because don't go backwards, okay?
Right.
They're just not where you're at.
Absolutely. It's not about perfection.
No, not at all.
It's about keeping your, speaking to the family who's listening to this talk, it's not about perfection. It's about keeping your intention as kind and as loving as you can be. Because Lord knows we have enough of the other stuff.
Right.
We have enough people casting spells against people. That is really just evil.
Yeah.
Like, you never throw negative juju against people, because the reality of it is that means that your vibration has dropped to such a level
low
that now you are facing the other side of good. Right? And we have had enough of that for the last several thousand years.
And karmic justice comes back around for that anyway, so, and
that's right. Your spirit will take care of you. It comes right back around to you. So the Chakralini course is very the same as what we talked about. It is teaching yoga and chakra alignment from a spiritual perspective, from as high vibration and frequency perspectives as I'm able to share. And I'll tell you, my dear, what's been happening is, people of all walks of life have come to me because they are interested in the metaphysics side, but they've run into some dubious energies.
Right.
So they've come to me and asked, well, Mama Yoga, I need a mentoring program. Like, can you help me decipher this and, walk me through this? And so we're in the process of putting together a mentoring program.
Nice.
For metaphysicians who are interested in learning integrity-based juju practices, spiritual practices.
Excellent. You got a lot
Are
going
you
on.
are you speechless, child?
Yeah, you know what? You're
Boy,
so
you in a
you're so
spiritual
knowledgeable and you're so eloquent. So it's
flow.
just, soaking in that knowledge. I feel like I'm kind of watching a lecture right now, but
Oh,
I'm partaking. So it's
yeah.
it's a lot of interesting knowledge. A lot of these things are, I mean, they're all around us. Everything is everything, right? We see what we see,
Mhm.
we feel what we feel. A lot of times we don't know what we're feeling, and
Yeah.
to get yourself back in connection with self,
Mhm.
you have to raise that vibration.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And some of the very simple ways you can do it is one, you can watch, and monitor what you're consuming.
Mm-hmm.
That is entertainment wise. That is food,
Mm-hmm.
that you're consuming. That is, company that you keep and the conversations. You just kind of monitor those three areas of your life, and you'll begin to notice what is time to put down.
Sure.
When I remember when social media first started blowing up, Facebook, as a matter of fact, one of my relatives used to send me all these, or just share on the feed, all these beheadings, just like, pictures and video of people being beheaded. And I just was like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't want
want
to
to
see
expose
this.
my spirit to that. That's just, so I had to, block the person because they just didn't understand why that was inappropriate to be sending through a news feed. And so
Right.
it is so with the rest of the social media and the medium we consume. All of that sucks your vibration,
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps it at a very low, dense, close to the dark side energy, you know.
When you, as you mature, and I
Mm-hmm.
notice this within myself, especially within entertainment, visual entertainment, right? I notice as you mature, as you grow and knowledge and self, the things that used to entertain you no longer do. Like you said, they fall away. Whether it be you maybe
Right.
used to like horror movies and all that gore and stuff, like it didn't bother
That's
you.
right.
And as you
That's
get
right.
older, you're like, oh no, I don't even want to see that. The music sometimes it changes, and in all those we run off vibration. It is called vibration because it is vibration. Like it's not
That's
just a
right.
cool slang term. Like, oh, I like your vibe. Like
Right.
you're really vibing. So, the music we listen to is so important because we vibrate off the vibration of the energy, the megahertz
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yes.
music. What are some? Do you have any suggestions as far as audio ways to raise your vibration through audio?
Sure, sure. You can. Well, the good thing about the time period we're living in is that all we're in the information age.
Yeah,
So it's just
at
all
our
at your
fingertips.
fingertips.
Hmm.
It's just all at your fingertips. So you can Google solfeggio scale, which is SOLFEGGIO, the solfeggio scale. Italian metaphysician and scientist came up with that musical vibrational scale, I think in the late 1700s, early 1800s, or some time ago back like that.
Hmm.
And it's used in music, but it really is a vibrational energy that will cool and calm your nervous system, or get that solar plexus going to where you feel that power and I can do it. It's the scale moves through all of the chakra vibrations from
And
328
mhm.
396 megahertz up to the highest I've ever seen was 900 and 928
What does that one do? Take you to the
megahertz.
moon?
Huh?
I said, what does that one do? Take you to the moon?
Yeah, it's really good with the amethyst. Meditating with an amethyst, it just really opens like that song. Have you ever felt like a room without a roof? So that's
Wowzers.
that's that. So you can just go on YouTube
Yeah, it
and
is.
find
Yeah.
the Solveggio scale.
You can also, I've typed in, raise your vibe on YouTube,
Mhm.
and it'll come up with a bunch of different, and it'll tell you what megahertz and everything it is.
Yep, it sure will. And that's all those megahertz are the Solfeggio scale.
And
The
that's
other thing,
the do re mi situation that we're talking about. We learn they're connected, right?
that's right, they are connected.
Mm-hmm.
And then the binaural beats also raise your vibration, your consciousness vibration from, theta on up to alpha.
Mm-hmm.
They raise your the binaural beats, and you can Google that or YouTube that as well.
Right.
And we use all of those tools. They're at our disposal in the Chakralini yoga class.
Okay. What about singing bowls? What do you have to say about singing bowls?
Oh, I love singing bowls. Again,
Do you prefer metal or
age-old
crystal?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
I love the crystal, though. I just love the way the crystal bowls look.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I like both of them. I like the metal because it's just so, it has that rustic, authentic feel, and the crystal, like you said, is pretty.
Yeah, so it just depends, and it depends on the artist, the metaphysician that's using them.
Yeah.
And their skill set. I also love chimes and harps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that energy just really vibes and raise your vibration. Now, don't get me wrong. I was born and raised in the projects of Trenton, New Jersey. Right now, yesterday we had a homegoing for one of my aunts, my mother's sister, transition, and my family, in its true way that they do things, that homegoing was more like a party than it was any kind of sorrowful thing. That's just how my family flows.
Yeah.
So come on here now, don't play with Mama Yoga. Pooh Shiesty came on, and who wasn't June bugging? Let's go. Mama Yoga was getting that June bug in.
I already know. Yo, Mama, you only came through the shop once, and folks like, yeah, Ohead, like, she got the sauce. Like, I know, like, your vibe is just something else, and I love it. Like, I really am like, yeah, Mama Yoga, she's the ish, man. Like, she's the ish.
Thanks. Listen, we gotta be real. Like, we not no monks sitting up in a mountain with the goats walking by, and we don't have no life. We are not monastic metaphysicians. We are householders. We live out here in this world.
Yeah.
So you gotta be real. There's a time. It is a time to do, these things, to do the Dougie and all of that. But that shouldn't consume your life and take over your frontal lobe.
Right. Calcify that situation. We were trying to uncalcify.
That's right.
How can folks raise vibration through things such as burning and aromatics?
So aromatherapy is an excellent way to really, again, it's about alignment and using all of the tools and resources that are at your disposal. And the senses, all of the senses, especially in a meditative state, engage the various gateways of your consciousness. Mm-hmm. So on a simplistic level, you go around your old neighborhood and there's a barbecue that immediately calls up certain pleasantries or even circumstances in your childhood. Mm-hmm. The smell of that barbecue, or you go to your big mama house, your grandmama house, and the smell of that plastic on her furniture. Mm-hmm. It awakens certain aspects in your consciousness and in your memory. So too are aromatics. But if you use a certain aromatic for spiritual work, right? Say you need to get a job, and you came to me and you got a spiritual reading or oracle reading. And the reading came up that the solar energy is going to help you get a job. So your highest day is on a Sunday. The colors are red and white. And there's a mantra that goes with that. And you want to use frankincense. So I would have you isolate frankincense oils only when you are meditating on getting that job.
So you're assigning that thought, feeling, manifestation, setting your intention to that scent.
That's right. To be able to attract to you on a sensory perspective, on a sensory level, what it is you're seeking to call to yourself.
Now, folks, like, here's the thing. Folks are like, oh my gosh, that's weird, right? But we're just scientifically breaking down what happens when, you make that connection with a memory or a moment in time to a smell. That's all you're doing.
Right.
But now we're doing it mindfully.
Let's break it to its most primitive understanding. That man.
With that cologne, mama.
Come on here now.
Oh my God, that
Come
make
on.
you want to just get weak in the knees, sister. Yes.
That man and that smell that he had.
Mm.
And it ain't even have to be cologne, just his
The
pheromone.
smell,
Just
yes.
this is energy. Don't even
Let me
get
smell
me
you.
talking up in here. Or that sister and her smell,
Yep.
the woman in your life,
Yep.
and the way in which she smells. This is all reticular activating, right? The primitive part of your brain. What you want? This is my cat. Lovey. And I have to watch her because she'll be done jumped up on something. I know we on the radio, y'all, but this reality show.
This is exactly as real as it gets right now.
Yeah. So, we're just using these tools that are already in play in a conscious and an intentional way,
right,
to our benefit and those who we might, help and be of service to. Hold on one second. Get down, Lovey. Yes, I'm with you.
Get down, Lovey. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked. How about crystals? How can things of that nature, physical, I don't know what you might want to call them, tokens? What would you call them?
Mm-hmm.
Like items that you? How do those? Let's just talk about crystals. How do crystals raise your vibration?
So, in my understanding from the years of doing sweat lodges, give shout out to the native people of this land, who we give praise and honor to for us being on this land. My years of doing sweat lodges, I come to understand that, those implements that we pull from the earth, known as crystals, are living beings. It is a manifestation of, the solidified energy of this earth. So the crystals can help you align your vibration, but you have to intend the crystal. That is, it's indiscriminate. It has a certain property, and it's going to use that property is going to pair with your energy, whether you're conscious about it or not. But someone who's intending on raising their vibration for good, then you want to clean the crystal, honor the crystal, and intend that energy as a partner, right? That being's energy you are borrowing or sharing in to partner with your energy, mm-hmm. and then raise it to whatever vibration it can manifest. And we go over that in the Chakralini class as well. What crystals mm-hmm. To use for each class, because one class, there's a whole week of that chakra. So on Monday night, the class is the sacral chakra. All week long, the expectation is that you will be working on that sacral chakra. That's your homework. Mm-hmm. And when we come to the next class, we review, you share your sacral chakra revelations and experiences, then we move on to the next chakra.
So how can people sign up for this class?
So you can go to my Instagram, Mama Yoga Wellness, MAMA Yoga Wellness. And in my bio is the link tree. And the link tree has every offering that I'm sharing. And you just pick whichever one you want and sign up and register. You can take one class or you can take the whole series. If you take the series, you get the recording of the class.
Okay. So
if you just kind of show up for one class or drop by, we're happy to have you, but we're not going to give you the recording.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's like you get to take your work of art home with you afterwards,
That's right. Absolutely.
And it's Zoom. It's on Zoom. So you don't even have to leave your house. You can be comfortable. You can, get some knowledge, put yourself together. Mm-hmm. What would be, I always say you have to be grounded before you can do anything else. What's your thoughts on that?
When you say be grounded, what
Like,
do you mean?
I would say if somebody said, what chakra should I work on? I'd say, if, just the average Joe that'd be starting, I'd say, listen, work on your root chakra.
Right. Always start with the lower chakra, the lower triangle.
And
because that's usually the main issue.
And listen, I'm going to ask, if you don't mind, what things manifest here within our body with an unbalanced root chakra?
So the root chakra, you'll have manifestations of, fear around the basics of your life: food, clothing, shelter. You find it challenging to keep money or keep a job or some form of income that provides stability for you. Mm-hmm. When that root chakra is blocked up, abused, or just totally out of line, you have a lot of insecurities. You don't really feel a certain level of comfort and security in your life. Mm-hmm. And so that can manifest in a woman. That can help create fibroid situations, in the reproductive area. It could create, a sexual fear and inability to experience, joyful love in that way, because your root chakra is blocked up. Mm-hmm. You are suspicious of people, you just have a real overarching sense of insecurity when that root chakra is out of balance.
Secondly, what would you suggest? If, of course, you would say work on all of them, right?
Right.
But what would you say is the next most common that folks, suffer with?
So what I generally do, and you're asking me specifically, so here's my protocol. I'm going to talk to the person and see what comes up in their speech the most, right? Mm-hmm. If a person talks about, they don't like their body, they don't feel beautiful, they ain't creative, they can't do art, that's the sacral chakra, mm-hmm. right? So I would start there with them. And the interesting and wonderful thing about, if you have a holistic program, all of the chakras work in tandem, right? So there are certain asanas and pranayama or breath work that we do in the Chakralini class that we are intending to work on the root chakra, but the way in which the class is structured, you hit all 7 chakras. You can't really do things in an isolated way.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
You can intend and put a lot of your focus on one of the chakras, but each one is going to roll over into the other. It's going to make its way up, down, up, down, up, down. There's a currency that's running around your body that starts at the root. It goes up the front and down the back and down the spine, down between your bottom, your butt cheeks, and then up through the sex center and on again. That's your current that's running around the body, your auric current.
When you say alignment, my son plays the saxophone. And wind instruments like that, of course, are generally in a line and they have their notes lined up. So that's what, when just a visual for folks that aren't familiar with chakras and their placements and so on and so forth. And you just explained, but I just see, the wind instrument, like you said, tuning it up.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. And the word chakra in Sanskrit means wheel, right? And so they're visualized as a wheel of energy, wheels of energy in the body, starting at the sex center, then at the sacral or the base of the spine, and then just under the belly button and up to the rib cage, and then moving up to the heart, right in between the breastbone, and then the throat, right in that little divot in your throat, in between your eyebrows, which is the third eye, and then that baby soft spot. Remember the baby soft spot? And you used to have to protect the baby's head because there was a little soft spot that never closes. That is our 10th gate, or the crown chakra portal.
Purple,
Come
right?
In that. Huh?
Purple, right?
Yeah. Purple, white, gold. Those are the colors around that crown chakra. Yeah, and the yogis call it the 1,000 petal lotus. And when you do certain pranayama or breathing exercises, you can actually, you'll feel a tingling. But what actually the yogi says happen is the lotus begins to spin, and that just opens your energy.
What about you talked about, going down through the base of your spine. They say, what type of experience is that when that finally opens for you and they say you get this crazy tingling and what have you?
So it is relevant to the person,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what kind of karmic energy they have and where they are. People who are interested in dark sciences, dark arts, have open chakras too.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're some of the most disciplined, dedicated people, but they have, agreed for whatever reason to work on the dark side of things as opposed to the light and energetic healing side of things.
Makes the world go round, right?
Huh? What'd
you got to have the light with the dark. It makes the world go round.
That's right. It is a perfect pairing,
Mm-hmm.
So it really does depend on the person and what kind of karmic, ancestral energies that they have to heal,
Mm-hmm.
that they've come here already in, in spades, and is their cachet for success, and that they are a deficit at
Mm-hmm.
or deficit in. It just depends on the person. Some people see colors and lights. Some people get tingling. Some people don't feel nothing, but they are very magnetic.
Yeah, that's neat.
So it depends. It depends.
Yeah, I had read about it. That's why I was kind of curious.
Sure, absolutely.
Mama, I again, happy born day, man. Yeah, it is.
Who's that?
Uh-oh, here we go. It definitely is.
I can't see.
You should have go up there. Put your face in the camera.
My priesthood sister.
Hey!
Hey.
Long
Long time.
All right, peace and love.
Good seeing you.
You too.
Yeah, been a minute. Thousand
I should have came to the studio.
Huh?
Anytime you want.
Yeah.
I'll be back when the book drop, or whenever you want me to come. I'll be there.
Sister, anytime, honestly. Any topic, you're always invited. Any topic that you'd like to join in on. And, of course, now we have Zoom, so it's a fabulous little tool that we can utilize.
Absolutely. I noticed that you send out topics and, have panel engagement and all of that. So I'm definitely interested in participating, on those when my schedule allows, for sure.
Thank you. Very grateful. Tell us where they can find you, how they can sign up for your classes, and before we wrap up, please.
All right. Thank you. Well, the best place to get me and to stay in touch is on Instagram. I'm like an Instagram queen at this point. And when you go to Mama Yoga Wellness, M-A-M-A, Yoga Wellness on Instagram, in my bio is a link tree. And the link tree has all of my offerings that I'm sharing, from the Oracle readings, Chakralini class, my store with my health and wellness products, and my statement prayers and all of that. So you can get me there. And I post quite often and regularly. I just put a post up about victims and vampires.
I saw
and how to keep your vibration away from those types of energies.
I saw it. I did see that. I had your cider shot, sister.
Oh, yes.
It's like drinking A1 sauce. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, you better put that ish on a steak.
Yeah, yeah. I don't do steak, so yeah. No, it serves its purpose. It definitely does. So you have those holistic healing products as well. So please go and check her out.
Well, tofu steak. That's what I meant.
Yeah. You know what? It probably would do the trick. Definitely do the trick. So make sure you check out Mama Yoga Wellness on Instagram. Of course, I have shared. She's available on my Instagram as well, and we will repost this situation via YouTube. So I'm so stuck right now. I'm stuck. You left me speechless.
Oh, my
Speechless.
dear.
Definitely a good conversation, and very grateful. Very grateful.
Yes, and I am too. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share what's on my heart and spirit. And I trust that it is helpful to the family that's checking in and tuning in. Thank you, my dear.
Absolutely. Until next time, go ahead and make sure you check out all the past episodes available on YouTube. Go search Glockaware, click the X Radio link, and until next week, we are out.
Let them know what it's about,
Okay.
what you represent.
I'm Ramona Africa, Minister of Communication for